Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live 0090. Hashtag fly. It's hashtag fly because I believe I can fly. Like I believe in myself. Anyways, let me go over the note section real quick. I hope everybody's enjoying their day today. And I hope you're all very, very, very rich, or you become more wealthier than you were yesterday. So basically, I got the same links in the note section as previously. A lot of it has to do with the hard fork of Bitcoin Silver, Bitcoin Platinum, Bitcoin Uranium. I'll leave them on there until basically either they happen or they don't. So we'll see what happens. So I got Bitcoin Silver, make Bitcoin decentralized again. Now, one of the reasons why I put these links on here and I continue to talk about them is I want to show you something about BitcoinTalk.org forums, especially the altcoin section of the forums. That's kind of where a lot of the scams basically propagate. So if you want to know how to participate in a scam or be a part of a scam, go to the BitcoinTalk.org forums and go into the altcoin section, and they should just rename that to, the scam section, just to let you know. Also, underneath the Bitcoin Silver is "It's time to stop" meme. Really like that meme. I haven't been onto the forums. I don't know what's going on with any of these projects. I think they're pretty much, well, I guess you can say they're not very interesting right now because everyone's concentrating on one or two things. I think everyone's concentrating on the SegWit 2x hard fork coming up, but also people are probably still trying to figure out how to split their Bitcoin gold, even the exchanges. I don't know about you, but I have not been able to split my Bitcoin gold on the Coinami wallet. It's not even available yet. I've looked it up. They've added Bitcoin Core or Bitcore before they've added Bitcoin Gold. So I'm still waiting for that. Bitcoin Platinum, the true decentralized Bitcoin. Fair, proof of work, multi-algorithm. I think this one's a dud. But again, I'll leave it there. I think they're supposed to hard fork with their multi-algorithm. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't even know if that's technically possible. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that there just to show people, all right, how ridiculous, these forums are. And basically, BitcoinTalk.org is basically where all the scam coins begin. That's where they all really propagate. And then underneath that, I have Bitcoin Uranium, make Bitcoin great again, radioactive coin. That's supposed to happen December 31st, not first, mispronounced or misspelled with 31 and then th, first. So also underneath that is list of airdrops, last update 29th October. I have not been there since then, but I'm sure it gets updated every day. That's for the people who basically love free money falling from the sky. All right, so now we're getting into the meat of the show here. This was brought to my attention by Brian. This is an article. One Bitcoin transaction now uses as much energy as your house in a week. Bitcoin's surge in price has sent its electricity consumption soaring. This is coming from motherboard.vice.com. I'll go over that in a little bit. Also in the notes section, Amazon subsidiary registers Ethereum cryptocurrency domains. Now, Richie Rich brought this up yesterday, I believe, about the Amazon, or I'm not sure if it's Richie Rich. Maybe somebody else did in the chat, brought up the whole Amazon is squatting on different domain names, cryptocurrency domain names. Let's see what they're talking about. And then also in the note section is announcing the GDAX digital asset framework. So this is coming from the blog at GDAX, and I'll go over that. And then GDAX digital asset framework, that's the actual PDF file. We'll take a quick look at that, and we'll get an idea of what they're talking about. And I'll make some comments on that as well. Of course, there's also the SegWit charts. There's a link to that. I'll go over that as well. Looks like it's had a little bump in activity. I'm not sure what the reason is. And of course, I have a video, a music video by R. Kelly. I believe I can fly. So as you're watching the price like oscillate in the 7,000s to upper 6,000s, you can play that song and just, you know, believe in yourself. Believe you can fly. So I got the link to the meme here is hashtag yes2x58. You're looking at it right now. I also have a link to the pot of gold. Someone left a message on one of my other videos where I originally did my treasure hunts, and it was asking if the treasure hunts were still going. And I replied that, you know, it's the treasure hunt for that particular video is over, but the treasure hunt that I'm doing on my live streams, those are still going, and hopefully they'll have a chance to watch this video and participate. And of course, I have the address to the Bitcoin pot of gold. It's a SegWit address. Please donate to it so everyone can try to crack the code and have some fun. And of course, I have my usual links to Hiroja Shibe's Space Odyssey Network. Please go to her channel and subscribe to her and watch her videos. And Skive as well. Skive's made quite a bit of videos. I've been watching him. And he's very committed in making cryptocurrency videos. Please go and check out his channel, subscribe to his channel, and watch his videos. And of course, I have Yes for Motivation. I've been watching him for such a long time. Very good YouTuber. I have a link to his channel. Please subscribe to him and watch his videos as well. So, all right, let's go check out who's in the chat. I have Brian. Brian's in the chat. Thank you for the story. I'm going to share that today. Dual overhead camness. You're always here. Thank you. And Richie Rich, what's up? Carlos, it's been a long time. How are things out in Venezuela? Maybe you can give us an update. And Surgeon C, how you doing? 7280 on Bitfinex. I'll do the usual. I'll go over the fees. I'll go over the mempool. Then the coin market cap, and then I'll do a chart analysis at the end. So let's go on with the meme here. As you can tell by the meme, I believe in myself. It's a unicorn. We're back to the unicorn market. We're at 7,000. We're above 7,000. And my goodness, if it keeps going up, I might buy my 10th Lambo. I'm not sure. I bought a yellow one. I bought a pink one. I'm running out of colors. I might have to buy, maybe I'll buy a white one. You know, who knows? I guess there's a lot of colors in the spectrum. Or there's a lot of colors there's a lot of colors in the spectrum I can buy. But I believe in myself. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything. Hashtag yes2x. And also believe you can fly as well. All right, so let's go on to the first thing here. Okay, yes, of course, the Bitcoin pot of gold. So, anyways, if you don't know what the Bitcoin pot of gold is, it's where you can donate to the pot of gold, which is Bitcoin, and it's a SegWit address. And the whole goal is to a couple things. I think there's a QR code on the right. You can try to crack the code by guessing the encrypted key, the password to the encrypted key, which will give you access to the private key. And if you know how to sweep a SegWit wallet, a couple extra steps, but I think it's good to learn how to do it because you're going to have to learn how to do it eventually. The link in the QR code on the bottom is another YouTuber I have that takes you to his channel. He's the person that gave me the idea for this particular treasure hunt. And also, if you do donate, I think we're above $30 because the price has gone up. So I'm waiting for someone else just to donate so we can get up to $30. I know it's already up to $30, but someone needs to donate into it. And so I can give you the third clue to the third word of the 24-word recovery seed. So this wallet does have a 24-word backup recovery seed. So for some reason, if the passcode or the password to the encrypted private key is too difficult to figure out, there's still a chance for people to swipe or take the Bitcoins from this private wallet or from this wallet. So, okay, let's go on to the next thing here. Okay, SegWit charts. So SegWit charts are going up a little bit. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Is it because it's November? It was November 1st, and that the Bitcoin Gold had replay protection, so they gave people who know how to separate or split their coins without waiting for Coinami or anything else. Have they already figured that out? And then now are going back into a SegWit address? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just taking a guess here. If anybody wants to chime in on that, feel free to do that as well. So let's go on to the next thing here. All right, one Bitcoin transaction now uses as much energy as your house in a week. So I don't know if you can really believe that or not. So let's take a look at what they're talking about here. This is from Motherboard. And I do admit, mining for Bitcoin and adding transactions into the block does take energy. Let's see how much energy. So it says here, right here in this paragraph, the average, this averages out to a shocking 215 kilowatts of juice used by miners for each Bitcoin transaction. So based on 300,000 transactions, and let me see, 900 and something kilowatt per month. Let me see, how many total kilowatts was it? I'm going to scroll up here to figure out how many kilowatts. 24 terawatt hours of electricity. So this is just an estimate. No one really knows how much electricity is being used, but based on 24 terawatt hours of electricity annually. So anyways, so if you took that and you averaged it, it turns out to be an average of 109 kilowatts per month. Now, just to give you an idea, I spend about two $200 of per month on my electricity bill, and I'm getting 10 cents per kilowatt. But if you add the fees and everything, it comes out to be about maybe 15 cents per kilowatt. So yeah, mining is really energy intensive. Anyways, you can go and read the article for yourself and kind of get an idea. It gets into some environmental issues. And I wanted to talk about that because I do believe that in the future, there's, energy, fossil fuels in particular, they are finite, and so that makes this network, the blockchain of Bitcoin, Bitcoin blockchain, finite as well. We can only have this blockchain as long as there's a source of energy. So the Bitcoins you have are very finite. Not only are there 21 million, but there's probably a really good chance in the future that those coins will only exist in a form of memory. And you're not going to be able to transact on it anymore. You're not going to be able to transfer them to on the blockchain, because in the distant future, unless there's a source of energy that is infinite or very cheap and easy to create. So I do believe in the future, or at least I do believe now, the Bitcoin's maybe possible greatest use is to incentivize all of humanity to come up with an energy solution. So I would anticipate, in order for that to happen, the value of your Bitcoin must go up in order to get people incentivized to use their Bitcoin for the purpose of incentivizing others to create a new energy source. That's just my take. But go ahead and read the rest of the article. Towards the end, it gets kind of like, climate change, kind of, advocacy kind of stuff. As far as climate change or carbon emission through climate change, I don't necessarily believe in that whole idea. Mainly because, it's, if you look at the energy source right now, believe it or not, fossil fuels are renewable. Now, it may be a little bit shocking for me to say that, but it is. It only takes a few million years to turn it back into fossil fuel again. So there's the sources of energy that we have right now, comes from the sun. And I'm not talking about solar. I'm talking about the energy that is stored into a plant, and then the plant either dies or the plant is consumed by a living organism, either people, animal, or other plants or other insects, whatever it may be, fish, whatever organism, and then that organism dies. And so if you think about how we come up with fossil fuels, let's just think about this for a minute. The earth was covered with water. There were some plants or some form of source of living thing that lived off the sun or got energy from the sun. Something ate that thing, and something ate that thing, and something ate that thing, and they just died and they settled at the bottom. Whether they were plant life or actually living organism, they just settled at the bottom of the ocean floor. And then the sea levels came down, and a couple million years, and you got decomposing carbon-based life forms producing this goo called oil for the most part, or natural gas, or coal, and that's about 90% of our energy source. So the energy source either comes from the sun, the other energy source comes from the Earth itself, which you see Genesis Mining using that energy source, geothermal energy. And then I believe the third, well, there's really four, but the third would be the moon. And yes, I said the moon. So you have what they call hydroelectricity. They dam up a bay, and depending on the rotation of the Earth and also the gravitational pull of the moon, you have the tides come in and the tides go out, and they go through the turbine, creating electricity. And I would say the fourth being, again, from the Earth, but that's basically nuclear options. So does Bitcoin really take up that much energy? I have to say the article may be a little misleading because, the energy is already created, or the energy has already been extracted. It's either in a form of coal, natural gas, nuclear, or maybe even the sun right now as far as electricity. And then, of course, you got wave, hydroelectricity coming from waves, or tides going in and tides going out, and then geothermal. So the energy is already being expended. It's just a matter of how much you can capture that energy and use it. So, Brian wants to know, how do you sweep an encrypted SegWit address? Well, what you do is you need to decrypt the private key with the password, which gives you the private key. So you take the encrypted private key, you decode it with the password, and then it's going to reveal the private key. You use the private key, and you use a SegWit wallet sweeper or a SegWit wallet sender. I think Coinables. I think I'll show it. I'll show it what I'm talking about. But you take the private key, you use a SegWit sender, and I think Kyle Honeycutt, he made a JavaScript web page for a SegWit sender, and then you could sweep it from there. And that's how it's done. It's a little bit extra step, but the whole purpose is for you to learn how to do it, so you know how to use a SegWit wallet. I have to admit, right now it is a little bit extra step here, but if you can do it, good for you. You learn something, and so sweeping a regular wallet or any other wallet would be pretty easy. Brian's asking me if can ASIC miners run Excel. I don't know. Honestly. Supposedly they're only good at one thing, that's computation. To mine Bitcoin. I don't know if they can actually run anything else. Maybe not even an Excel spreadsheet. So let's go on to the next thing here. All right, so I think it was Richie Rich. I believe it was Richie Rich who talked about Amazon. Amazon subsidiary registers Ethereum cryptocurrency domains. Is that good or bad? Well, let's go into the detail a little bit and see what exactly was done. And remember, this is not Amazon didn't register the domains. A subsidiary of Amazon registered those domains. And so here is, let me see. According to, I'll read the first paragraph here. According to online records, e-commerce giant Amazon often seen as the white whale of Bitcoin payments, recently registered 3 cryptocurrency-related domain names: AmazonCryptocurrency.com, AmazonCryptocurrencies.com, and AmazonEthereum.com. So the move was first reported by domain industry news website Domain Name Wire. So the subsidiary was actually Amazon Technologies, who registered the domain. And interestingly enough, they don't go anywhere. They're just dead-end sites. But in 2013, there was also another registration, AmazonBitcoin.com. So is this anything new? How you doing, boss lady? Good to see you. So is this anything new? No. It seems like Amazon's just squatting on, not even Amazon, I think the subsidiary company, Amazon Technology, is just squatting on these domain sites. Again, since 2013, AmazonBitcoin.com just redirects you to Amazon.com. So I think, if anything, these are nothing more than a way for people to search websites like Amazon Bitcoin, Amazon Ethereum, Amazon cryptocurrency, Amazon cryptocurrencies, and it'll just take you to that website, which then redirects you to Amazon. So I think it's just nothing more than a way to get internet users to Amazon.com. That's it. I think it's a great marketing ploy, but I don't think that it's a reason for the price pump. Okay, and I think if they ever did announce they're accepting any cryptocurrencies, I don't think it's a big deal anymore. People accepting cryptocurrencies as payment is not a big deal anymore. Maybe back in 2013, when Overstock was the first company, Overstock.com, they were the first company to accept payment using Bitcoin. That was a big deal. Now, it's like, there's Coinbase, there's BitPay, there's many number of ways in which people can accept cryptocurrencies now for payments. So it's not a big deal. And it may actually be harmful because, remember, these companies don't really hold any cryptocurrencies. They use them and they dump them. And if they're using Coinbase or BitPay, if they can't find enough buyers, they can't find enough buyers for the coins that are being used for merchant processing, eventually they hit the exchanges and get dumped. So don't be overly too excited about this, in my opinion anyway. Just saying. So there's that. So Amazon subsidiary registers Ethereum cryptocurrency domains. Is it a big deal? I don't think it's a big deal at all. Let's go on to the next thing here. Now, this is coming from GDAX blog, the blog site from GDAX. And so this is came out today, and it's announcing the GDAX Digital Asset Framework. Now, GDAX is Coinbase before they changed their name. I think it's Global Digital Asset is what it stands for, GDAX. But it used to be just called Coinbase, their exchange. And then there's Coinbase, the payment processor that allows you to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin, I believe. Well, this is their exchange platform. And it seems like they are considering adding more tokens and cryptocurrencies to their exchange. But let's see what they're talking about. There's a link in the notes. You can go ahead and read it. But there's another link to the PDF that talks about it. And I'm going to go over that real quick. All right, so here it is. This is it right here. GDAX Digital Asset Framework. Factors we evaluate when considering which new assets to support on GDAX. So hopefully this is going to give you a good idea of what to expect. I'm going to kind of spoil it for you a little bit here. Don't expect Neo, all right? Don't expect Omisi Go. Don't expect, what? Let me see, Pinkcoin. Don't expect any Pinkcoin. I wouldn't expect any BitConnect ICO tokens or Ethereum Connect ICO tokens. Don't expect Regal Coin. All right, I'll get into a reason why a little bit later. And I really doubt what the purpose of this whole process is, because they really just want utility coins. And utility coins would be nothing, absolutely nothing but a token, a redeemable token on a certain platform. Now, if you think about what they want to have on their exchange is nothing but a utility token, then there wouldn't be a point to have it on the exchange, because by having it on the exchange makes it a not a token anymore, not a utility token, because it becomes a secondary market in which no one would use that token for the purpose of using it as a utility on a certain platform. It would become just a speculating token on these exchanges, which makes no sense, which I'll get into a little bit later here. But first of all, let's go down here. Let's take a look at the first thing. A lot of names. If you want to read a lot of names, there's a lot of names. Looks like they've been talking to a lot of people, but mission statement. Does the asset align with our mission and value? So that's not what I want to talk about. I really want to talk about, let me see if in particular, where is, I'm looking for it right now. All right, so in section 3 here, this is probably I'm just going to go over a little bit of the highlights. Section 3, legal and compliance, application of laws, regulation, and compliance best practice. So can GDAX legally offer these assets? That's what the first thing they're going to look at. And the first thing they talk about is U.S. securities law. Oh, hello, FUD machine. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to, FUD machine was the person who left the comment about the treasure hunt. I'm going to go back and just show the treasure hunt real quick. Okay, so here's the treasure hunt, FUD machine. I think that's why you're here. The QR code with the arrow pointing at it is the donation address, which other users, including myself, have donated into the pot of gold. And I think it should be over $30 by now, a little bit above $30. The price has gone up to $7,000. But every time someone donates in increments of $10, I give a clue to the 24-word recovery seed. So I've given 2 clues already. If I get another donation, I'll give a 3rd clue to the 3rd word. And that's one way to get it. And possibly, if the price keeps going up, and there's 24 words, at least there could be 24 or $240 worth of Bitcoin. But again, if the price goes up, it could be worth a lot more. And on the right hand side, the QR code with a little bit of yellow, that is the encrypted private key. And so if you're able to crack the passcode, it'll provide you with a private key. Now, you need to keep in mind this is a SegWit address. So if you have a SegWit wallet, the private key will provide you a way to sweep the SegWit address. If you use a regular wallet, it'll just take you to a regular Bitcoin address, and there's nothing in there. You have to use a SegWit sender or a SegWit wallet in order to sweep the SegWit address here. So, and the way to get to the private key is you need a decoder, an encrypted decoder. It's a BIP38. So you need something that decodes it. So you need to find something that's a BIP38 decoder, put in the private key information, put in the password to decrypt it, and then it should reveal the private keys. There's actually several private keys. There's just the long format, which I think is a 53 word or 53 character encrypted 53 character private key, which usually starts with the 5. And then there's the encrypted, not the encrypted, the compressed. It's a 52 character compressed private key. And I think that one starts with, it varies. It starts with a letter. Sometimes it starts with a number. But it should provide you with 2. You need the compressed version, the 52 character compressed private key. You need to use that in order to extract the Bitcoins from the SegWit address. So thanks for joining. So let me just go back to this here. All right, so they're not gonna, GDAX aren't going to have like your Tezos, your well, maybe EOS, because technically EOS is nothing but more than just a token of appreciation. But I don't know why anybody would offer that. I don't know why they would offer it. What is another one? Any token that was set up for gambling, like tokens that are, or lending platform tokens, those probably won't go on. And really what they want is what they kind of describe it as, a utility token. So it's not a security. It's just a token that's supposed to be used on a platform. But if you're going to do that, why would you put it up on an exchange? And if you put it on an exchange, that would indicate to me that there'd be some kind of price discovery. I don't understand that. This whole idea of putting tokens, ICO tokens or other things, just does not make sense whatsoever. So let me see what, okay, so, all right, let me get rid of these here. All these are in the notes section, so you can check them out. Now I'm going to go over the actual fees. So let's go to earn. Let me see, bitcoinfees.earn.com to look at the fees here. The mempool is quite flooded still. I think last time I checked, it was 10,000 transactions in the mempool. Let's see what it says here. 250 Satoshis per byte would probably, that's the fastest and cheapest transaction fee, is 250 Satoshis per byte. I use that. I did a transaction today. Thank you, FUD Machine. I appreciate your comments about this is good original content you like. Appreciate it. I wish more people would, but people are more interested about the next pump and dump or the next Ponzi or the next pyramid. So here, I did a transaction today. I did have a buyer come to me today. And so when a buyer comes to me, And I'm glad they came to me today because today's November 1st, and supposedly there is replay protection for Bitcoin Gold. So hopefully I didn't send this person Bitcoin Gold and I just sent them Bitcoin, because I do want to figure out how to split those coins. But I used about 250 Satoshis, somewhere around there. It came out to be like about $3.50. But it was a let me see, how much was the purchase that he was looking for. He was looking for about I think $3,000, and my sell price was about 7,200, something like that. So literally it was 0.411 Bitcoin is what I sold. And that's amazing, because if you think about it, 3 months ago when the price of Bitcoin was 3,000, that would have been one whole Bitcoin. Now it's just 0.411. So let's take a look here. So here's the range in which the transactions are getting into the next block. Anywhere, I guess if you want to go a little bit lower, but 190 Satoshis per byte to 260 Satoshis per byte. And you can tell the blue bars are the actual transactions in a 24-hour period. This is all lagging, but I think it's pretty accurate. And then if you really can wait, here, 1 to 10 Satoshis, you can see that there's more transactions in the mempool than actually being put into the block. So you probably won't get your transactions in here. It really, you can see right here, is anywhere from 180 Satoshis per byte to 260 Satoshis per byte. It's probably the medium range in which you want to set your fees. So that's about $3 to $2 per transaction. So let's go on to the coin market cap real quick. Market cap. All right, so coin market cap here. Let's get rid of BitConnect. BitConnect is a Ponzi. Please, people, do not put your money into BitConnect at all. It is straight up Ponzi. But let's go here. We're at a dominance of 61.6, the Bitcoin dominance. So that trend is probably going to go up and continue to go up as the altcoins are struggling right now. They're not at their all-time highs. They are trending down. If anything, they're taking a little bounce today, a dead cat bounce today. But again, if you look at the chart of altcoins, their high was already reached, and they've been trending downward from there. So there's definitely some danger in putting your money in altcoins right now. You probably don't want to be in altcoins, in my opinion. But the total market cap is $195 billion. And I think last time I checked, it was like when it breached 180 billion, I think 15 billion came from Bitcoin alone. 15 billion must have come from Bitcoin alone going up in price. And probably the other 2 million or 2 billion came from Bitcoin Cash going up in price. And then the rest of the $3 billion are all the altcoins that some of them got pulled up, but a lot of them got pulled down. Yeah, Richie Rich. I mean, you know, the strange thing about Odyssey is when we were live streaming together, he was trying to convince me that BitConnect was the greatest thing since sliced bread, literally. You know, this is obviously not live. This is behind the live stream, before the pre-show and after. But he would really, that one time he really tried to talk me, you know, convince me that BitConnect was a brilliant idea. And I kept asking him, Like, where does the money come from? Right? He never really answered that, and I think he knows that it is a Ponzi. The money comes from somewhere else, and in my opinion, I think he may even be involved, or if he's not involved, he's part of a group that is involved or something. I mean, there's something strange, you know. That's just my opinion. Something strange is going on there. So so let's just go down the list here. Yeah, BitConnect here. The only reason they're at seventh place is literally, Nova Exchange is going to shut down, or maybe I think Nova Exchange is shutting down pretty soon. They're not even bothering with the SegWit 2x hard fork. They're shutting down, and Nova Exchange is one of the places you could trade BitConnect tokens. Now, other than that, there's not too many places that you can trade BitConnect tokens. And BitConnect tokens are worthless because you have to use the BitConnect platform to exchange your BitConnect tokens for Bitcoin. So the only reason BitConnect is going up in price is because BitConnect tokens are backed by Bitcoin. That's why they move in lock and step. When Bitcoin goes up, BitConnect tokens go up. When Bitcoin goes down, BitConnect tokens go down. It's pretty obvious. But some people are so stupid they don't see that, and they think BitConnect tokens are worth $270. No, they're not. Your Bitcoins, in proportion to how many BitConnect tokens there are, is worth $270. You know, come on, people. Be smart. Just it's not that hard to realize what's really going on. So let me go down. Looks like everything had all the altcoins had a nice bounce up. But if you look at the charts on the right-hand side, you will see clearly, that they're trending downwards. Most of them are trending downwards. You have some that are kind of pumping. I don't know why. So there you go. You can see it's just a dead cat bounce for these altcoins. That's all it is. Yeah. So altcoins are trending downwards while Bitcoin is trending up. Hi, it's me, Boss Lady. Did I hear about how they didn't accept Bitcoin at the Texas Bitcoin conference? I did have a chance to see Ken Bozak, and I saw one of his thumbnails, and apparently they only accept cash when they were selling T-shirts. Yeah, very funny indeed. That's one of the reasons why I never go to conferences. I personally think they're a waste of time. And if you ever go to a conference, you ever notice like they don't really like there's really nothing there, just a bunch of people pitching and selling to you their services or product or stuff. I mean, I'm actually glad Ken went because I got to see his 360, and the only thing I saw was a bunch of people who were trying to scam you out of your Bitcoin probably. That's about all I saw. All right, let me go to um, the mempool real quick and see what's going out there. All right, let's take a look at the mempool. The mempool has not gone down below 5,000 transactions for about a whole week now. Let me see here. When's the last time it's gone below that amount? Yeah, since November 1st. November 1st. So since Halloween, it has not gone below 5,000 transactions in the mempool. Right now, it's at 23,790 transactions in the mempool. Your average fee, again, probably at 250, the cheapest transaction you can do to get it in the blockchain. My transaction today took about, I think it took about 2 hours, and it ended up being about 213 satoshis per byte is what it ended up being, even though I put a 250 satoshis per byte in there. So, okay. Anyways, so there's the mempool right now, very congested. If you want something in the block, 250 or more, 250 satoshis per byte or more. So, all right, now I'll go on to the chart analysis. Let me see here. What's the Bitcoin wisdom? There we go. And I'll take a look at the chart in 15-minute period because I did want to show you something. Oh wow, it's at 72.46 now. Okay, which is good. It's pushing up higher. There it is. Okay, so you know what I found interesting about the what I said last night and what happened was if you see this huge ramp up in price right here, right about here, you can see that it ramped up in price, and I think those were all the shorts getting squeezed out. That's what that was. And then following after all the shorts getting squeezed out, you look at this sell-off right here of almost $700. It looks like $700. 7,000. The high was $7,354.01, and then following that it fell down to. Let's see, what did it fall down to? What's the low of 6,700? So yeah, pretty much almost it's a $400 drop, and so that was to knock out all the longs. So people in the margin, if you're trading margin, uh, you got margin called on the short squeeze, and the people who did make the right call, okay, going long on margin, got knocked out on the long squeeze. So it just goes to show that if you're trading on margin, the way these exchanges make money is for you to lose money, and the way the exchanges and the people who are making money depend on 95% of people trading to lose money. So it's if you're going to trade just on exchange only. Like you're exchanging for Bitcoin, there's no margin. So if the price goes up, the price goes down, you're able to stay or stay in the game by not getting margin called. So please remember that. And so that's what I wanted to show you. And it looks like it is pushing up higher. So let's go on to an hourly. And you can see that it is trending higher. And it's following the yellow average here. But let's go on to Well, I'll just go on to 12-hour. All right, this is the 12-hour. It's following that shorter term simple moving average. It's weighted, and man, it's going. If you're short, you're probably going to get killed. I am a little worried that it is going too fast, because on the 3-day, you're seeing a little gap here, right here, and depending on how many longs versus shorts, I think a lot of people are going long now after all the shorts have been squeezed out. But I am concerned that there's a little gap here. So it either has to go up higher, or it's going to have to take a correction. I won't know. This is on a 3-day. And then finally on the week, I do want to show you one thing. Wow, look at that thing. That thing that's a very big candlestick. That is a very, very large candlestick. And it's only, but still have all of tomorrow. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there's 3 more days. So this rally can go higher. It's possible, and I'll try to explain why here. All right. So I'm just going to draw the simple line again. Now you can see that this price is well above that top trend line. You can see it's way above it. So that's why we're in a unicorn market. Hence the well, let me see here. Hence, I believe in myself. You know, every time it goes 1,000, I'm going to make a little unicorn meme here. But yes, hashtag yes2x. So I don't know if everyone's getting ready for the hard fork, or they're FOMOing, or they're getting short squeezed. But I do think that there's going to be a trigger to sell it, probably after the hard fork. Everybody always dumps. It didn't quite happen with Bitcoin Cash, but it definitely happened with Bitcoin Gold. And I think SegWit, considering how many people, I think there's a lot of users and traders who don't like SegWit 2x. And so when they get their coins, you're going to see a lot of altcoins being moved around. You may even see Bitcoin being dumped, because there's also a lot of pro SegWit 2x people, and they may try to manipulate the market. So it's going to be very, very volatile. And this is what I'm going to try to show you here. Let me go into 12, or let's go on an hourly. So if you look at this line, you see this line right here? That was this long trend line from here. It looks pretty sharp when you pull back to a weekly, but when you pull to an hourly, it's really flat looking, actually. Let me see if I can even get to a 12-hour. No, 12 hours too short or too long. So you can see that it's still a flat line. And you can see where the pullback was, just right about where that trend line is, right here. So if you do trade, I would say look at the trend line, or draw the line that I did. And if the price goes below it, that's probably when you'll get the crash. As long as that the price can stay above that trend line, it's probably going to go up higher and make higher highs. So look at where the highs are. Excuse me here. It's already coming very close to this high. So just watch out for that high, and it'll just make another high. And that, where it broke its previous high, is going to become support, and it'll just keep bouncing that way until it can't sustain that price anymore. And then I would watch again. I would watch out for. I would watch this trend line and see how far. Let me see if I could drag it, if it could extend out. Yeah, there we go. So I would watch this trend line right here and see if it breaks below that. And we got to fall below that and see what happens. So, all right, so I'm done with the chart analysis. And I'm telling you, this thing can wiggle. This thing can wiggle its way up, possibly another $3,000, all the way up to $10,000, and then crash crash from there. Oh goodness. Hey, how you doing? Peace, love, and crypto. I didn't see you. I just saw you right now. Good to have you here. All right, I'm going to conclude this episode. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Brian, Fud Machine, Peace, Love, and Crypto, Dual Overhead Camness, and it's me, Boss Lady Richie Rich. Appreciate all you being here and chatting. Thank you very much. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the meme, and please check out the links. They're all for your benefit. I do these videos for you to keep you informed. I do the chart analysis to give you my view of the market. And please donate to the Bitcoin Pot of Gold so other people can also try to learn more about Bitcoin and how SegWit works and how the private keys work, how to decode encrypted private keys, things like that. Anyways, like, dislike, leave a comment after the live stream. Also even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye now.